That's what we're going to do. We're going to do some super easy steaks all in one skillet, but we're going to kind of take them to the next level with a mushroom wine sauce, and it just doesn't get easier than this. First of all, I went to festival and got the good stuff. We're splurging. It's date night. We're hanging in, so we're saving money that way, but I got some really great beef tenderloin steaks, and I'm going to season them on both sides with salt and pepper or your favorite steak seasoning salt, and you know this is that great mixture. It's 1 cup of kosher salt to 1 tablespoon of coarsely ground black pepper, and I mix that together, keep it by the stove, and it just makes seasoning things so easy. That's how the chefs do it. They, just pick it up with their hands and season like that. Okay, so I've got a nice big hot skillet, and I'm going to heat a little bit of olive oil in that skillet, and I want it smoking hot like that, and that's going to sear these steaks. When you go out to a steakhouse, they cook those steaks at such a high temperature, and you want to be able to recreate that at home. So put on the vent fan, maybe crack a window, and I'm going to get those beautiful steaks going. And you notice I've got them spread out. I don't want them next to each other. I really want to get some nice color on these. And I also want to season both sides of the steaks. Don't just season the one side. Okay, perfect. Now, while those are hanging out doing their thing, you've heard me talk before on the show about creating a great pan sauce. Now, when you go out to a restaurant, a lot of times you'll get a steak and it's got this wonderful sauce on the top. And at home, when we grill steaks, normally it's just like grill the steak, take it to the table, and it's good. It really is. And I know some people say a really good steak doesn't need a sauce. Well, I think a really great steak can be complemented by a really nice sauce. And so I like to use the drippings that are going to be in this pan from cooking the steak to make some sort of a nice sauce. So in this case, we're going to do a mushroom wine sauce because Bob loves mushrooms. So I know that's the way to his heart. Some great color on these steaks. Just checking them. So I'm going to use some portobello mushrooms, which are, again, it's date night. We're going to do something a little bit different. So we've got some great portobello mushrooms, just a few of them. And these are the baby bellas, which are really easy to work with. Now, I used to, like probably everybody else, just run the mushrooms under running water to wash them. Not really the greatest way to do it. Mushrooms are full of water anyway. I'm going to flip those over. They're looking beautiful. See that great color? That is great flavor. So basically, if you wash them in water, they're just going to get even more watery when you cook them. So I just take a damp rag or a paper towel, just kind of very gently clean the mushrooms that way, and I really think that that's the best way to do them. And you'll notice your mushrooms will get a little brown this way when you cook them, a little color, and they just taste great. And I'm just going to slice them up a little bit. I like to take the ends off. And you can also, if you're in a pinch or in a hurry, you can buy these pre-washed and pre-cleaned and pre-chopped. So oh, the steaks are looking beautiful. And you want to just cook the steaks to your liking. I happen to like to do medium rare. Just going to slice up some mushrooms. And if you're doing date night on a Friday night, it's got to be a quick, easy cook, It's like you come home from work. You don't want to be in the kitchen the whole night. All right, I'm going to get these plates, because remember, they're going to continue to cook. So I want to get them off to a plate and just keep them nice and warm. They look like they're perfectly pink inside. It's just the way Bob and I like our steaks. Okay, so you see the bottom of this pan? You've got all sorts of great stuff in the bottom of the pan. That is flavor, great flavor for the meat. So I'm going to add a little bit of butter. I'm going to pull it off the heat just a little bit because I don't want that butter to burn. And I'm going to add my mushrooms. Nothing better than the smell of mushrooms sauteing and some butter. I'm going to take a little more of that salt and pepper and season those with a little salt and pepper. And it's just so easy to make a quick pan sauce, you know, why not do it? Now I'm going to add a little bit of a dry red wine. This might be a little of the wine that you're drinking for your date night, like a Cabernet or Pinot Noir or Merlot, some sort of a nice dry red wine. And that's also going to get some of those great brown bits from the bottom of the pan where we cook the steak. It's called deglazing the pan. And literally, I mean, this is one of those sauces that takes minutes to throw together. A little bit, I'm going to do some fresh herbs. I happen to love fresh rosemary, but you know, if you don't have that on hand, just flat leaf Italian parsley, maybe a little fresh thyme, but we're going to do fresh in this case because it's date night. So I'm just going to take a little rosemary. Rosemary is very strong, so a little goes a long way. And I'm just going to give it a rough chop. And that with the steaks and the mushrooms, wow. You'd pay big bucks for this out at a restaurant, you really would. And you can do it at home for a whole lot less. Not that I don't like to go out to eat. Sometimes the only thing I want to make are reservations. But every once in a while, it's really nice to have a nice night in. Okay, so you see how this sauce is starting to kind of coat the back of the spoon, thickening up a little bit. In go my herbs. And the last thing I'm going to do is take it off the heat and whisk in a little bit of cold butter. And that's kind of like a French trick. And it just really richens the sauce. It's date night. We're not dieting tonight. Play a little more tennis in the morning. But it gives the sauce a really nice shine. And of course, I mean, butter gives it great flavor. So that's it. We're done. I mean, how easy was that? It was like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We've got filet mignon, a mushroom wine sauce with fresh rosemary, portobello mushrooms, a little bit of butter, and it's fantastic. And I always say you don't have to do it all. You know, pick up a great twice baked potato from the deli. We just quickly steamed up some red potatoes and some green beans. I mean, it just doesn't get much easier than that. Pick up, you know, you can actually go to the salad bar at Festival and then put together a lovely salad, you know, maybe a Caesar salad or a spinach salad with strawberries and nuts, blue cheese, and then just take the dressing home and then, you know, put that on a plate, and that could be your first course. So, you know, make the steaks and then maybe take the help from the grocery store to do the rest of the stuff. All right. Just want to get some of those mushrooms and that great sauce. There you go. How good does that look? Recipes on our website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods, and it is easy, I promise you. Coming up, some more really nice date night recipes.